Hi. So I want to talk a bit about internet security, because I've been getting into it because I've been thinking, I want to use every method that I can to make it harder for them, And I know someone really determined can get into your computer still, and you're hardly going to stop the FBI with just good internet security, but you can stop some people, and you're just going to make it harder for them. It's just another hurdle for them to go over, So it's great for privacy, so you can have write emails and stuff in private and stuff, because there's quite a lot of weakness potentially in your computer, for your security. Okay, so the first thing I did was I've taped over my webcam, because apparently, what a lot of people are saying is people can remotely activate your webcam, but if you just put a bit of tape over it, there's no point. Okay, another thing that I've done now is I've dragged the password change icon onto my desktop. So if you go into Windows and just search for password, in your search thing, you get something that comes up called change your Windows password, and you can literally just click on that and drag it onto your desktop, and it makes it really convenient and easy to just quickly change your password, to your computer. Okay, so web browsers, the internet can be potentially really private, So what I've been learning about a lot is HTTPS, and that basically encrypts all your data, And if you look up in the bar where the address is, and it's HTTPS, you're pretty secure there, And it's like I say, the FBI can find out what you've been doing, but we're not bothered about that anyway, because I've got nothing to hide from them anyway, But it's the low-level gang stalkers and stuff you're trying to get rid of, So one problem is your internet browser, The Internet Explorer is no good. Okay, because Internet Explorer is designed to work with Windows, and Internet Explorer will actually do more than look at the internet, And hackers can use Internet Explorer to get into your computer. So forget about that. And to tell you the truth, it's rubbish anyway. If you use some of these other ones, they're a lot better, There's 3 internet browsers that are really good for internet security. Okay, there's Komodo Dragon, there's Tor, and there's Firefox. I'm actually using one of them, and the one that I'm using enforces HTTPS if it's available. And if you look, Google can be HTTPS. Your Hotmail, YouTube can be HTTPS. So a lot of really good stuff, and it's going to be encrypted, Okay. So that's that. And the other thing is just to be totally clear about what you need for your computer, right? You need 3 things. Okay, you need an antivirus. You need an anti-malware or spyware, because malware and spyware are the same. And the third thing you need is a firewall. If you have them 3 things, you're going to keep a lot of people out. What people are saying is don't buy a suite with all these 3 things, because generally one of them will be really good and the other 2 won't be very good. So if you want to build a really secure security system for your computer, pick each one individually on its merits. Get the best firewall you can get the best spyware you can get the best antivirus you can get, and obviously you get what you pay for as well. generally the bought ones are better. The only exception to the rule is malware, or at least on the video that I've seen. If you look in my gang stalking playlist, there's a video there about internet security that got most of this information off, and if you watch that, they'll talk about that. In the case of anti-malware, the free stuff tends to be better for some reason, but the other two, the firewall and the antivirus, they tend to be better bought and paid for. But that film is quite old that I watched, so maybe you got some new information, you know. Okay, so the other thing you need to do is keep your computer up to date. And this sounds to me, this never sounded right to me, you know. I was like, what difference can that make? As long as you keep your antivirus up to date. But it all stems from like an experiment that they did with an Apple computer back in the day, quite a few years ago now, where they got some hackers and an Apple computer, and they just had it basic, and they said, okay, break into this Apple computer, and they couldn't do it. And then they started adding software. And one of the software they added was Flash. And after they added that, the hackers were able to access the computer because the Flash program had an error in it, you know. So what happens is, like, software developers will release stuff, flaws will be found, and then they'll make an update, you know, which will fix them flaws. So that's why you need to keep your computer up to date, because, you know, you might be getting some good security fixes into it. Okay. Right. The other thing I want to talk about is, as I've been going out sort of naked, not with no clothes on, obviously with clothes on, but without an MP3 player, without my phone, without any electronic devices, and just relying on myself, my own strength of character, you know. And do you know what? It went really, really well. It was one of the best things that I did. I think for 2 days the harassment just went straight through me, and they've been really, and it's literally over the past couple of days that I've been really doing this, and the harassment's been ramped up, you know. Even though I haven't had my phone with me, I've had no electronic devices. The idea behind it was that I was having no chance to be tracked electronically, you know. So the idea was I was gonna get harassed less, so I wouldn't even need anything. I wouldn't need an MP3 player or anything like that. And surprisingly, I was harassed more, but it affected me a lot less. And you know, I just went out, and I just suddenly it might be something spiritual, you know, because I seem to reach another higher level, you know, because this kind of harassment, although it's going to have a detrimental effect, it's got to have a positive effect as well, and that could be part of it, you know. It's sort of it's also like training, you know, because I mean, I bet you if someone was on some kind of course to become a highly trained operative or something like that, like a spy or an elite soldier or something like that, you know, they might get put through programs like this as well, you know, because it's character building, you know. So that's been going really well, you know, and that's something I'm going to continue doing, I think, as well. And I went out and I was being really friendly as well, you know. I was going out trying to meet girls and stuff as well, you know. And even if they gang stalked me and I liked them, I'll still go and talk to them, you know. And it's a great thing, you know, and sort of in my mind I can feel sort of almost a sphere around me. It's a protective sphere, you know, which I've sort of created, which is very hard to penetrate now, you know. It's It's gone from me thinking I can't really carry on living like this with this going on in my life, to me realising how pathetic it is, you know. And